The papyrus, put it on my table every month. I don't wanna miss it. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you see how it is, it's so inviting. The papyrus, we're all so online. The papyrus, put it on my tab every month.
Hello, welcome to the Papyrus TV Africa. Today we are in Obono Ranch, one of the best tourist sites in Nigeria, and we are here for the 7th Quadrennial Conference of NULGE in Cross River State. Elections have just been held to bring in a new NULGE president in the state. Comrade Godwin Ayendi is the one that invited the Papyrus magazine, and it happens to be the one that his tenure is going to be ending in a very few days from now, very soon. And he has just done a very fantastic election. We had the first section, it was very beautiful, and then now the concluding section, and a president has been nominated. Come with me as I take you through all the process.
Iceberg Beats.
It's going to show the political class difference in conducting an election. So I implore you, after the election, the Labour leaders you have selected, you work together with the Labour Center. I must confess here that NULGE has been very, very useful to NLC. Every advice, everything that we carry out in the Labour Center, NULGE is always there. And so, also, the Labour leaders that we are going to elect today, we are going to nominate your president so that we work together in order to carry workers ahead, in order to move the state ahead. So, Your Excellency, once again, welcome to our delegate conference.
And so the forum of the principal officers of the Unified Local Government Service in Cross River State had a meeting here, and I was invited. And we began to discuss how do we cause a change in NULGE in Cross River. That change finally culminated in my election for the first time as president of NULGE in Cross River State. The rest is history. And I'm glad that many of us who were part of it are here and still alive. Otabe, Obono, Leko, he came to NULGE first as branch chairman of a very turbulent local branch, Leko Local Government Council. Before he came, that local branch was riddled with crisis. On his first tenure, he was able to pacify all the factions in that local branch. He did not only do that, in his second tenure, for the first time in the history of that local branch, his entire executive was returned on the post. I have no need as a state president to go to any local branch for the purpose of elections. And I think it's a worthy achievement. Let me act like the Agama lizard. We usually say that when the lizard falls from the elbow, if people do not commend it, what will it do? Commend itself and not its head. So this commendation we are giving ourselves is largely on account of the good conduct of my state deputy president.
And I salute the chairman of the principal officers then, and all the principal officers who appreciated my cry. And we forged. We are determined that we must have a new union, and I'm proud today. I want to particularly commend the outgoing president of NULGE, Comrade Godwin Ayendi. He's been special, he's been purposeful. He is the dream we have. I feel very proud of him.
When, about 10 years ago, we were looking for somebody to replace or to take over the mantle of leadership from Comrade Bibi Okosi, we have to search very meticulously. With due respect, I want to say that Comrade Bibi Okosi opened the eyes of NULGE staff as far as, local government staff, as far as NULGE is concerned in this state. Before then, we saw NULGE as the union that would just collect money and eat and not do anything. In fact, we never felt any impact until we were sensitized by Comrade Bibi Okosi. He came up, and with his leadership, he brought in a lot of performance, a lot of integrity, a lot of probity, honesty, and accountability. And so we're now looking for somebody who could match his performance. And so the Principal Officers Forum, as at that time, made up of the junior officers of each council, where I was elected chairman, we gathered and tried to add some strength, from push to the leadership of NULGE. In fact, one that will perform as much as Bibi Okosi and even surpass. And I think I want to say that today, those of us who took that decision are very happy because we can see so far. The present leadership has brought in a lot of maturity and a lot of exposure to us as NULGE officials or NULGE people, NULGE unionists. First, NULGE now has international exposure. Two, the National Union has recognized the performance of NULGE across our state. It records with it. And of course, here in the state, other unions would treat NULGE with disdain at their own peril because we have the substance to mind them word for word, power for power, as far as NULGE is concerned. I appreciate the efforts made by NULGE and the chairman of the local government assembly. And I want to say that this effort should not stop until we arrive at the promised land.
It's a good message presented by Comrade Bibi Okosi, Chairman, Association of River State Government Pensioners, on the creation of the 7th Quadrennial State Degree Conference of NULGE. My candid advice that this amendment should be revisited with a view to letting the various congresses at local and state levels to elect their delegates. On the other hand, is the call for senior officers of council to be seriously involved in union activities so as to improve union leadership at that level. Intra-union conflict. Our society is becoming more enlightened by the day, and this calls for extreme carefulness by labor leaders at all levels. Disagreement between labor centers and their affiliate union should be settled at the boardroom and not to the notice of members as well as employees who themselves will be happy to see them happen.
The NFIU regulations on spendings and expenditure in the local government. Cross River State was at the vanguard of saying, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Give to local government what belongs to local government. Of course, I was a witness too when we gathered to buttress, to assist the local government workers of Cross River State and calling on the Senator, Professor Ben Ayendi, to again contest in 2019. That was in 2018. And he openly asked the local government workers of Cross River State, when do you want us to pay your salaries? As at that time, coming from Adamawa State, I wasn't paid 2 months salary arrears. But he was asking the Cross River State workers when they want to be paid their salaries. They said they should be paid not earlier than 25th for every month. But he said, okay, but permit me, and I apologize, that henceforth it will be so, but this one, it has been paid already. And before you realize, workers have started getting alerts in their salary. That is again another attestation that the government is local government workers friendly. I will say thank you, Excellency, to that.
You should bring progress. Progress is when growth is matched with ethical standards. Please, I urge the next whosoever will succeed to bring the growth of Ayendi to progress. And if you can, grow that progress to success. And what do I mean by success? Success is when progress, other modalities like humanity, ethical standard, selflessness has been added to progress. That is what we call true success. And that true success will be characterized by fulfillment and a sense of satisfaction. Please, when you are considering who to succeed you, please have this in mind.
One, to either continue to press on His Excellency to sign the Consolidated State House bill on the whole gas. I think the new leadership, I'll urge you to fight so that whole gas can be consolidated, so that they see the benefit of good administration. Secondly, we will not fail in our responsibility as Association of Local Government, Chairman of the Federation, to press on the National Council for Establishment for your scheme of service to be changed so that you can be equated with the Permanent Secretary of the State. Dear friends, I've been issuing my assumption as Chairman of Local Government Service Commission has been that the welfare of staff should be my priority. I can engage my humility to make sure my staff feel very, very happy. I think you can attest to that.
From the people of Cross River State, we will be very supportive. If the national has seen Ayendi so much with his achievement, there is nothing wrong which the government of Cross River State will be ready to support at any time for the national president of NULGE to be given to Ayendi. That will continue to make Cross River State proud. And I want to ask the president's representative to take this message to the national president that whoever that has supported him so well and has shown and has also been in almost all the committees of NULGE, experience has been gathered. The Cross River State deserves that position. So I am appealing from government side that Cross River State should be considered.
Iceberg Beats.
person of Comrade Godwin Ayendi. He's a pleasant fellow. Dedicated to the service, and he has the attributes of being a good leader and a great leader in the future. One of them is humility, a patient man and a listening ear, who is ready to take advice and also advise himself. That's why you hear a lot of encomiums that have been poured on him. It is not by accident that he had to serve a second term. It was a deliberate act to grow knowledge. As you heard within the course of the conference, you would have heard that the people that muted the idea for his emergence were fully represented here, and some of them came in their personal capacity. And it took us back 10 years ago on how they started. And people have commended him for his hard work and for his achievement. That was why in my speech, I made it clear that it's not only growth. You've got to progress, which means growth with ethical standards. And when you progress, you need to go to the level of success. The success here means progress with humanity and spiritualism. That is my wish.
We have people that are supposed to succeed him. Of course, I believe the delegates of NULGE in Cross River State will have diligence to elect people that will succeed like Ayendi. Like one of the speakers said during the business opening session, of course, a success without successor is failure. We want to believe that the person that will succeed from the Ayendi will carry along, go along legacies, those things that Godwin Ayendi and his team were doing for the union, for the workers of local government across the state. I want to advise them to maintain the tempo of peace that is existing in Cross River, because without peace, there is actually no progress in the union. Physically, there cannot be any development without peace. So we therefore with the emerging leadership toward the line, Godwin Ayendi, and even to improve on his leadership style.
His comrade was Godwin, President Nigerian Union of Local Government of the Edo State. I'm here on the invitation of the Cross River State President to attend the 7th Quadrennial Annual Delegate Conference. I have witnessed the opening ceremony to show that the leadership of NULGE and Cross River is well organized and they work in unity. And I think I have to commend them for that. Because most of you go to some state delegate conference, you see crisis situations. You can even see that the number of personnel, security personnel are limited, which shows that they are well organized, well coordinated, and I think I have to commend them for that.
The state president is completing his tenure, Comrade Ayendi. And from what I've seen here, it's a properly organized conference. You can see the dignitaries that are here, the state governor represented, deputy governor represented, and you see the arrangement of the organization who were calmly done and properly handled. It speaks volume of his relationship with the state government. Well, for the person of Ayendi, Godwin Ayendi, who happened to have worked closely with me, I will say that we're always proud of him as a person. He actually contributed enough for the growth of this union.
Today, I'm impressed also that before this election, he has been able to build a consensus among the branches, among the state members, among the state officers, and among the delegates. Because from all indication, it's a peaceful exercise. And we have just no stress both to him and to those who have come to conduct the election. So that's another addition to his ability.
From my own observation of the conference, it's been very successful. Very, very successful. Very, very successful. From the commendation that I've been given Ayendi, I think he has done very, very well. Yeah, his tenure has been very wonderful. He has taken NULGE, the union, another level.
By the grace of God, I wish them the best of what they wish themselves. That is to carry the events of council, the events of civil service, especially at the local government level, to a very amiable height. You're welcome.
By coming here, like I've said, is even more than reciprocated because Comrade Godwin Ayendi has been a very loyal friend. He's an icon, and any time we have a forum in the National Executive Council, in fact, I cherish his IQ a lot and the brilliant contribution to most of our meetings.
Thank you very much. What advice do you have for the person that will win this evening?
Yes, you see, the popular saying that when you are leaving, you see the person that is going to occupy your position should even perform more than what you have done. And you have to follow the legacy. And I quite agree with the brilliant contribution for Comrade Ayendi. So I equally enjoy the people that are coming to follow the good foundation which Comrade Ayendi has laid down.
We are not the president of Bayelsa State. And I think about this election is one of its kind. One of its kind. And the event is also. The leadership style of Comrade Ayendi has displayed again that is always the people's mind. Okay, it's always the people. And what I see here, I cannot talk again because he has stayed in the NULGE leadership for almost 10 years. During this 10-year period, there was nothing like crisis. And this time, you know, the delegates so loved him, the workers so loved him, and they displayed that love right here before all of us. That it was only one position was contested for, which is the president. And even the president, the other person that contested with a current deputy scored only 3 votes. It's amazing. And to tell you that the people loved him and the people actually worked him.
The man Godwin Ayendi, when we sat in the union together, I look at him as a material for this president. What he said, we are friends, and even in the union, we are personal friends because both of us serve, and I believe that me and Godwin and our is young and nothing. And because we have already entangled ourselves from the union down to friendship. And simply because if you look at Godwin Ayendi, the life I cherish in him is a guy that is very humble. He's a man that has a focus. He's very honest, and that's why I choose him. I have so many other persons that I choose to be my friend because we have the senior, experience. And Godwin Ayendi is somebody who is this. You see him that he's very smart, he's mighty in efficiency. He's somebody who you can trust in anything. If you discuss anything with Godwin Ayendi, you can pick. And entirely, all his own family and my family become one.
The person contesting against you just got 3 votes. How do you feel with this kind of love shown to you by the union?
That shows the kind of confidence the staff and the entire program has really imposed in me, and how I've served them for about 2 years. Since 2009, I've had current experience, unbroken experience. Maybe that is why I've seen me being qualified to serve.
Okay, but do you think you're qualified to serve?
Very, very qualified.
Okay, madam, how do you feel having seen that your husband is the next head of NULGE in this great country? I mean, he's stepping into a very big shoe. Thank you so much. So, how you as a wife what do you think you need to do to make sure that your husband succeeds? He's going to be having kinds of visitors, be from female, male, everything. Some are even going to be touching him. They are going to be dragging him. What part do you think you're going to play as a wife to ensure that your husband succeeds?
Before now, a man is not only getting this knowledge, he has other sensitive positions. Man has developed. So I think it's not a good thing. Why always organize everybody that comes and
I'm afraid your needs has to be on the ground.